Welcome back to I was about to call it the TWIS podcast. Welcome back to the Know It All podcast, the TIA podcast. I'm your host, Terrence T Baby, whatever you want to call me. Got my co-host Don right here on the side. This is episode 26. Yes, 26. We're closing in on 30. We've been doing this for a while now, since August of last year. We appreciate the tremendous growth that you guys have helped us with. We appreciate the views on the shorts, on the TikToks, on the Instagram, all social medias, especially the YouTube, obviously.
Yes, sir.
But today's a gaming video for y'all. We got two reaction videos technically. One of them
hmm
is going to be the college football game day, college football 25 trailer, and then the other one's going to be the Xbox update that they had the day before recording today. We recorded on the 16th. They had it on the 15th of February. So by the time y'all see this, it's going to be a little late, but it's cool. I wanted to watch this anyway. I didn't get to watch it, so both of these. No, I take it back. The Xbox one won't be live for me. I don't know if you've seen the college football one yet.
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
I'll
so
be
this
honest. I've seen it already, but I want to talk about it. So,
yeah, this won't be new to either one of us. But let's go ahead and get into it, and let's full screen that.
hold on.
Pull it
Before
up.
you do that, come back for
Oh yeah, yeah, my bad.
Don's drink of the day. So I
Let's
got
do it.
something. I got something new today for y'all. So, no whiskey. I got some Crown Royal Peach. I just wanted to try something new.
It's something different. Hmm. Maybe that's meant what they
Oh,
meant by
hold
the
on.
local recordings. You completely froze on my screen. I hope they saw that.
Oh, oops. Um, Crown Crown Royal Peach. Don's drink of the day. That's it. No
We got
whiskey,
that.
no bourbon today. But yeah, let's get into the reaction videos. And I want to reiterate, we appreciate all y'all support as well. Continue to rock with us. 2024 is gonna be a big year for us. So yeah, thank you. Let's do this thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and push play. And also, I haven't muted by the way because obviously copyright reason. But we're gonna play the whole trailer through, and then we're gonna go back and react to it. Now, again, you can't hear the talking, but matter of fact,
This
since
part I didn't.
everybody.
This part I didn't see.
Oh well, let's keep going. I was just about to say everybody's done seen it. I think he was just like I forgot
No,
what he was stitching.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I get the vibe. I ain't got to hear it to kind of get what's going on. Obviously, it's some music in the background. Okay, there we go. We got some live games, live bands.
Now that's where I want to stop
Yeah,
it
yeah,
right there.
yeah, yeah. This is what I've seen. Yeah.
Okay, too far back, but okay. We're gonna go back a little bit, and we're gonna get pause right there. That's exactly what I was looking for. So, if anybody who's new to college football, never seen college football in their life, that's clearly Penn State. It says Penn State right there. That's their ugly ass mascot. It's Tim C. Um, because it's just so damn stupid. What the hell is an indie line? It's so stupid. But it's clear as day. I like the fact that the detail looking in. I don't know what engine they're using. I heard Frostbite. I heard something different. Hopefully, it's not Frostbite. But the mascot looks good. I mean, the mascot looks good. I like the fence. This might be new intros. This would be absolutely dope. If they can get every major college, which all colleges are major, every college intro and how they do their introduction to the like when the game first started and all that good stuff. So I think this is actually a really good look.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. That's one thing that I noticed on my first reaction to it. I thought that was pretty cool that they did that.
Also, they said that we're not going to get anything else again until May, which sucks. But hey, 3 months down the road, we'll be there soon.
I mean, you not even buying this game.
Oh
So
no, if it has,
what you waiting on?
I just want to see what it look like. I really want to see if EA can actually step up to the plate. Like, again, I have super low expectations, but I'm truly interested to see what they do. If they have the frostbite, then I'm already disinterested. I'm done. But if they come out with something different that's not the frostbite, then your boys, I will legit. I won't. I'm not gonna say buy, but I'll go watch YouTubers play it, all that good stuff, and see where we go from there. But if it's a good game, I'll buy it. I've been dying for a football game because I haven't played one in long as time. So
Yeah,
hopefully we
I
get something
mean,
good.
I don't think that I'm gonna buy it like super quick either. I'm gonna kind of wait and to see some reviews and to see how people actually enjoy the game. And I want to see like live gameplay from like actual people. I'm not talking about from the networks or the people or the teams that are doing these games. I'm talking about live people, the consumers, which is us.
Right.
So I'm gonna wait a little bit too. So yeah.
But let's speed this up because we got a lot to cover. Well, skip the Oklahoma part if y'all saw that.
I mean,
Oklahoma
you
intro.
can. Click on the settings and change the speed.
It's in 480. What the hell? Why is it in 480? I don't know.
You got to put it. Yeah, there you go.
So you got the Oklahoma interest right here. It's nothing really, nothing too crazy. I mean, the fire detail looks kind of decent. I mean, it's in
I gotta
480.
see. I gotta see how it's gonna look. Oh, this might. Oh, wow, that's completely different.
Yeah, that looks way better.
I gotta see how it's gonna look when they do the grass, the turf, the stadium. I want to then see how that final decision looks. But so far, that looks like a good start.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. For the fire, I guess that's fire smoke, whatever.
Yeah.
Now Tennessee Stadium here. Obviously, looking pretty good so far. They got the Neyland Stadium up there at the top, the Tennessee logo,
Hmm.
exactly model of how their stadium looks. By the way, they have one of the biggest stadiums in college football. I think.
I
I
think
think they
so.
have the
I think they.
biggest. I think
I think.
is it Penn State? I know Penn State is top five. I know Tennessee's up there. It's somewhere in there. I know they have one of the loudest crowds and one of the
I
biggest
can look
stadiums,
it up.
and it's just I like the design, the way it looks. Obviously, the bleachers. Unfortunately, college still use bleachers, but that's the tradition. Um, Not much else you can really say about a render, but it looked good. Um,
I'm gonna look it up now just because I'm curious.
well, they have the Florida Gator here, which I think looks absolutely dope. They had this NCAA 14, but it's like a cutscene intro. So,
The biggest stadium is Michigan.
oh yeah, I forgot about a big house. Duh, how did I forget that?
And then
The defending champs.
I don't know actually. Uh, I see a lot of different articles, but oh yeah, Penn State. Yeah, Tennessee is number 6.
Oh, well, they top 10.
Yeah, it's Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State, Texas A&M, LSU, then Tennessee, and then we got Bama, Texas 9, and then 10 is UCLA. So that's the top 10 of the biggest stadiums.
UCLA. They do play in the Rose Bowl. That makes sense. Well,
Hmm.
I forgot about Texas A&M. I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot how big their stadium is. Um, but this here is the Florida render. Solid look. Obviously, you want to sit in color, but it's cool for what it is. Let's just get through the rest of the trailer. The Notre Dame play like a champion. I think this is actually really dope. The player models look, I mean, whatever, still in the development mode, but I like that touching the sign intro. It's one of the most legendary intros of all of college sports.
Hmm.
So that's a cool detail touch.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
The ugly ass Alabama elephant is back, unfortunately, but uh I mean, it looked good. I don't want to give EA credit for anything, but I mean, it looks solid for the rendering. Obviously, it's not full game, but it looks dope.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did really well with this. Excuse me, with this trailer as far as like how things are looking like still in development. I know we won't hear nothing until May, but I mean, I actually don't like Alabama, but I like the mascot, so that's cool.
Call him Big Al. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same boat. I hate Alabama with all my heart, but this looks dope. I'm not gonna lie, it looks really good. We're getting a college football game in 2024 and on new hardware, so it's exciting from that standpoint. But I just you have to see how it looks when actual gameplay. Like I don't get excited with stuff like this yet, but
And another thing that I want people that's watching, and put your thoughts in the comments below. Like, this is only the stepping stool to getting
oh, it froze again on my screen.
we'll
Yeah, it's
be
gonna be
able
a
to
long
do.
day.
Oh, did it freeze again?
Yeah, it froze again while you was mid talking.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying that this is the stepping stool to NCAA sports. If this goes well, I would love them to try to do some basketball as well.
Yes, please. But don't let it be EA. Let it be 2K. Please don't let EA touch it. 2K sucks too, but at least they make basketball games well, so I kind of prefer to do that.
Yeah, like I want them to like rev it up and go full speed. If this is how we're going to start it, then I want them to be able to try to do basketball as well.
I just don't see why the NBA don't do basketball like this, but that's another story for a different day. Now this one right here was funny. I remember watching the YouTube when I first saw the trailer.
You might
Dude
have to
said,
slow it down one more if you want to get like you might have to go 0.25, I think. Or 0.5, yeah.
I think I skipped it, but yeah, go back. I was watching a YouTuber's video, and the dude said this is the USC Trojan logo. Yo, I was like, wow. He either don't know nothing about college sports, because that's clearly Michigan State, like the big Spartan head. Like, come on, how do you completely miss that? But yeah, I was dying watching the video because people in the comment section was killing us, roasting his ass because he got it completely wrong. So yeah,
Yeah, welcome to 2024. If you're in the comment section and you don't know what you're talking about, good luck, buddy.
no, the dude in the video said it was Michigan State. I mean, he said it was USC.
Oh, it was so the actual dude that posted the video. Oh,
Yeah, he got cooked in his own video, but
I thought it was like somebody in the comment section. Either way, good luck.
so he's just talking, just talking, just talking. We don't care about none of this. He's just talking. I mean, the rest of it is really just talking. I like how they added all the comments people had over the years. Me being probably this more so this one, but yeah, more so this one. This is me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I've heard this before. I ain't trying to hear nothing else. I ain't gonna lie.
But I like the good touch. Oh, this one was also dope too. The going from 14 to 25 was actually really dope. Like the paying homage to NCAA 14 that came out a couple years ago, or
Mm-hmm.
over a decade ago. So 14 to 25 was a dope touch to it. I like that. But I
That's
mean, the
cool.
rest of it. Oh, we got more. They actually did the scan on for the jerseys. I really do like this touch, attention to detail, and it obviously shows up here. This one is fire with the
That's
Michigan,
hard. Yeah.
the Jordan logo. I never understood what this was, but I think every jersey has it. I don't know if that's an EA thing or is that just actual jersey thing, but this looks dope.
Yeah, that actually does look really well.
Then they got the damn, that was quick. How the heck I go from 0.5 and it's still quick?
Oh, that means they fly through it.
Let's go back. Nebraska, Michigan, Texas. I don't
Texas
know how to name
A&M.
them. So we're just gonna skip Texas A&M, but because this Florida State's hard. This is tough. I as a diehard Clemson fan, I can't stand Florida State, but their jerseys go crazy.
I think that's just their jersey design because all of them have it right there on the collar.
It might be, but the attention to
That's hard.
detail right
That's
here.
hard. I'm not gonna lie. That's hard.
The Nike check looks really good. The ACC logo looks good. The only thing I don't like is this, and the dude in the video said the same thing, but it's just a render, so I'm not gonna do too
Yeah,
much
I was
with
gonna
it.
say that's not even really put into detail as much as the jersey is because they're really spotlighting the jersey
You can also
right
see
here.
like the shoulder pass in there too. I like that too.
Yeah, I think it's going to look really well. At least I hope. But yeah, let's continue.
The Florida one, they have a visor, dope dark skin visor. It's kind of dope. The jersey we out in Florida got some really solid jerseys. The helmet's trash in my opinion, but everything else look good. I've never liked Florida's helmet. That's kind of
Yeah, it's okay. It's not terrible, but it's all right.
obviously with this one being a still all over renders. I like how they have the warning on there. That's attention to detail. The American flag is attention to detail. Obviously, just how Jordan helmets look with the SEC on the
I
back.
mean,
It's just
I mean, nah, let's be honest, and I'm not gonna cut EA any slack either. If you're doing the scanning, then attention to detail shouldn't even be a thing that we harp about. I mean, these are things that are prerequisites that you should be doing. If you're
exactly.
doing the uniforms, it should be like that. If you're doing the helmet, it should be like that, and so forth. So, I mean, like, yeah, it's cool, but we are talking about EA. So,
Yeah, so I'm just get more ready for disappointment.
we
And
just
I
have to wait till it comes out. Honestly,
think that's more so the end of everything. Tell you coming in the summertime, more news in May, like we already said. But that's really it for the trailer. So I mean, we broke it down for y'all. How y'all liking it? Hopefully, y'all like a lot of it. We think it's smooth. We think it's cool. I like the attention to detail and stuff like that because it's important for sports games to every detail
yeah.
must be paid attention to perfectly. So
And this is what I'll say. Not even just EA, but like it's important for attention to detail for any gaming company, right? But EA is just we've been through a drought of just this. So I actually want this to live up to what it's supposed to be. Because college football is I grew up on that. I didn't grow up on Madden. Yes, have I played Madden, but I grew up on college football. So this is like a real important game for me, and I want to be able to enjoy it as much as I can. So Yeah.
I feel the same way. I grew up on both Madden and college football. I kind of play both of them equally. College football obviously been my favorite, but
Yeah, nah, I didn't play Madden as much as I played college football.
I mean they were kind of the same back then. They were both equally fun. Like they both had different modes that made them that differentiated them from each other. I just gravitated more towards college football because I love college football more than NFL. But NFL is still great, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still. I get the graphics look good and all that. You're showing off that, but I need gameplay. I need features. I need like people only care about Road to Glory. I mean, Road to Glory means nothing to me. I'm sorry. Road to Glory is dope. Like, don't get it twisted. It's dope.
I was gonna say
But
I love Road to Glory.
and it's cool that people like it, and it hopefully has a story to it that actually means something, like how 2K does theirs. Just don't be cringy, please. But if it does not have a deep in, if it does not have a deep intel dynasty mode, the game's gonna flop. People play college football, of course, Road to Glory, and I guess Ultimate Team's are idiot. Um, but people play Road to Glory, not Road. But people play college football for dynasty mode. Like that's the biggest selling point for college football.
Correct.
Recruiting, NIL deals nowadays. Anyway, recruiting, NIL deals, transfer portal, switching conference realignments, the money aspect, the coaching vacancy, just everything like that matters, and especially nowadays. All that has to be implemented in this game. If it's not implemented, it's gonna flop. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
give us a 2014 game in 2024. You got to give us
Yeah.
2024 in 2024.
This should be their stab at next gen 25 college 25. Like this is what it needs to be. Because if it's not going to live up to its hype. I mean, if we want 14, then we will go there and just go there.
Exactly,
So
and it
they
has to.
bro, this is make or break. And when I say make or break, I mean for EA. Yeah, we have the people that are going to play EA games anyway, right? But I think this is going to really signify if they can really put a stamp on a company as a whole, because if they do great with this game, they're going to do well. If they flop, they're going to flop, and it's not going to be good.
Oh, it's not gonna flop financially because people are gonna buy regardless. They ain't even gonna look at gameplay. Dummies just
I
gonna
mean
buy up because they see
performance.
it.
I mean performance.
Oh, I got the lowest. I still have the lowest expectation. I'm just excited for a college football game. I saw that, and even I got excited, and I ridiculed EA like there's no tomorrow. So if I can get excited about it, anybody can. But I'm just ready for May, see how we get, what we get, how it's looking, gameplay, and summer be around the corner before you know it. I think it said July. I'm assuming July is when it come out.
I think
But
so.
that was just our first part of our podcast for y'all. Strictly gaming today. Now we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes and this podcast Xbox had going on, and we're gonna see what they're talking about. So let's go ahead and share that screen.
If I would have known about this, we should have
Live streamed it.
live
Yeah.
streamed this. But yeah, so updates on the Xbox Business official Xbox podcast. We got 22 minutes, so yeah, let's get into it.
Oh well, another reason we didn't live stream because I was at work. It started at 3, so I was just getting
Oh,
off,
yeah,
and I had to get ready for marriage counseling, so it was kind of ill.
yeah.
But let's go ahead and get into this for y'all. Please don't be no copyrighted music.
I think you're still muted anyway. Oh, never mind.
Hello and welcome to the official Xbox podcast. I'm your host, Tina Amini, and we have a very special episode today, as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm joined by Phil, Sarah, and Matt. Welcome. And we're going to talk about some updates at Xbox. We want to talk about game exclusivity. We want to talk about Activision Blizzard now that they're part of our portfolio, how that might be an impact on Game Pass. And we want to talk about hardware too and how all of this fits into the strategy at Xbox. So where should we start, Phil?
That nigga dressed like a kid.
When we originally had planned for the show, starting back in December, I think we probably would have started with Activision Blizzard, maybe talked a little bit about the exclusivity with some of the news coming up, and then hardware. But we've had some unforeseen news that has come out. So let's just go and tackle the exclusivity question, because I know it's on the minds of a lot of people. We hear from the community, and that's an important input for us. So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games, not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy. We're making these decisions for some specific reasons. We make every decision really with the long-term health of Xbox in mind. And long-term health of Xbox means a growing platform, our games performing, building the best platform for creators, reaching as many players as we can. We're always looking to learn as a leadership team and to
Pause it
grow.
real
I
quick.
think this is an interesting point in time for us to use what some of
I wonder what I just want to not piggyback on what he said, but I kind of want to like open it up for conversation real quick. I wonder what metric they use for how well their games are performing, because I see a lot of people that really don't play a lot of the games that Xbox. Like, I really and genuinely wanting to know how their performance is overall as a company. Are people actually enjoying these games, or people are just buying them? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I know a game called Sea of Thieves. They say that's doing really well. I guess Xbox got some type of measure where they can just keep up with the daily numbers, like how Steam does with theirs.
right,
So
right.
I'm assuming Xbox got to have some type of analytics guy in the background keeping up with everything
Which
numbers.
I'm sure they have a team that's spearheading that, of course. But I don't know. I guess maybe social media is weird, right? Because most of the time you're always going to hear more about bad things than good things.
Yep.
So that's 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 playing into the field as well. So maybe that's what it is. But we can keep going.
Before we go back, I'm just hoping these games they're about to say aren't like lovable games from Xbox. Like, don't give PlayStation much,
Yeah,
man. Give
he
them
did
something
say.
that's
I
like,
think I don't want to spoil it, but if they don't say it, then I'll say what I thought was going to be one of them. But yeah, go ahead. I think I know one of them already.
well, this pod's getting it's already interesting. So I'm really want to see what they're gonna say. But let's go. Oh,
the other platforms have right now to help grow our franchises. So we're going to do that.
So these 4 titles, what are they? Can you say?
I'm not going to name those games. The teams that are building those games have announced plans that are not too far away. As we know, game teams put a lot of energy into their announcements with the partners. So I
Okay.
don't want to take
Okay. Pause
anything
it. Pause
away
it.
from
'Cause
those
I want to
teams.
say it now. Okay. So I don't want to look up any articles. I can after if we have some time. But I heard that they're transitioning Gears of War.
I heard that one too. I ain't gonna lie, I really heard that. But that's one of the bigger games. So I guess it's got
Yeah.
to be financially.
Yeah, it has to be something financial involved because they think that they'll do a lot better with transitioning that game, which is it's a good franchise. I don't know if you're really like into it,
I
but
used to be.
I was really into it. That's one of my favorite franchises as well, especially younger. So yeah, I heard Gears of War, but it sucks that he didn't say it. It's like, why say, oh yeah, it's 4 games, and then not say what four
Thank,
games it is? You might as
thank
well just
you,
not have told us at all.
thank you. Now you gotta have other YouTubers speculate, but it's all good.
Teams.
Xbox.
So I won't be talking about the titles specifically, but I think when they come out, it'll make sense.
Can we say if either of those titles are Starfield or Indiana Jones?
They are not Starfield or Indiana Jones.
You could
Well,
ship that to
what was the
Xbox, PlayStation. They could
criteria
have it.
and how the team was thinking about selecting those 4 titles?
Let me start a little bit outside of that, and then I'll get to the 4 specific games that we're talking about right now. Because the fundamental decision driver for any decision that we make, anything we're going to talk about today, is the long-term health of Xbox. That we're running a growing platform that is reaching more players, that our games are having as much success as possible. And I do have a fundamental belief that over the next 5 or 10 years, exclusive games that are exclusive to one piece of hardware, are going to be a smaller and smaller part of the game industry. And that's not some great insight, because if you look at the last 10 years and what the biggest games are today, it's a natural place. Whether it's one console and PC, multiple consoles, mobile console and PC, you see big games landing on multiple platforms. And we want to be a great platform for creators that are trying to realize that potential. But now back to the specifics of the question on these four specific titles. We looked at games that are over a year old, so they've been on Xbox and PC for a while. A couple of the games are community-driven games, new games that kind of first iterations of a franchise that have reached their full potential, let's say on Xbox and PC. There's always growth. Franchises that we obviously want to continue to invest in. Part of having the ability to continue to invest is that the businesses behind those franchises continue. We think it's important that these service-based games that have communities behind them, that they can have confidence that they're going to exist in the future. So 2 of them, kind of community-driven games that will end up on other platforms and give us the ability to continue to invest in them. We think that's great for the business and great for the communities, more players to play with. I'd say 2 of the other games are smaller games that were never really meant to be built as kind of platform exclusives and all the fanfare that goes around that. But games that our teams really wanted to go build, that we love supporting creative endeavors across our studios, regardless of size.
I'm gonna look it up
And
right
as
now.
they've realized their full potential on Xbox and PC,
I'm
we
gonna
see an
see if they have
opportunity
them out
to
there already.
utilize the other platforms
All right.
as a place to just drive more business value out of those games, allowing us to invest in maybe future iterations of those, so sequels to those, or just other games like that in our portfolio. And when we don't damage Xbox and we can grow our business using what other platforms have and to help us with that, we're going to do that. And that's really the story behind these 4 games. And last thing I'll say, looking forward, I think there is an interesting story for us of introducing Xbox franchises to players on other platforms to get them more interested in Xbox. We think there's a good brand value for Xbox there. So 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not. And we're going to learn.
So when you are thinking about the future and this concept of live service games that can benefit from bigger audiences, new audiences, how does that apply to future titles and how you're applying that criteria there?
Yeah, there's really no fundamental change to how we think about exclusivity. We just came out of Developer Direct.
I see the
It was
4
an awesome
games.
show, where we showed great games that are coming to Xbox and PC and cloud, which really makes them accessible to hundreds of millions.
You said who?
I see the 4 games. I can let you know.
What are they?
Okay, so we got. Can you hear me good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Between what was revealed and what was reported, it seems likely we're looking at Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment, I think is how I'm pronouncing that, and Grounded, which is crazy because we play Grounded. So I wonder what made them want to transition to other consoles as well.
It's crazy. I said Sea of Thieves earlier. I didn't think that was going to be one of the games because I guess because it's a moneymaker, so everybody want to play it. So I guess that's smart business, boy.
And I honestly, I think Grounded does pretty well too, even though it's an older game. I think it came out during the COVID year, 2020. Like a lot of people really enjoy that game. They still do bug fixes, they still do updates, they still do a lot of things. And me and Tim play it, so like it's a good game. I still want you to play it, but you're not on board. But anyway, yeah, it's a good game. So we'll see. But yeah, that's the 4 games.
All right, let's try to run through this because we still got like 16 minutes.
I mean, honestly, you can you see how they got it split up into chapters down there. You can kind of see what would be the basis of the conversation. First party games to Xbox Game Pass. So yeah, let's look at that.
That's what I was looking for. Game Pass. I ain't gonna lie. So
how do we think about our first party games and Game Pass?
Yeah, well, to build on what Phil just said, one thing I would add, when you were talking about growth, is just that we've sort of seen this inversion over the last 5 years where it used to be that the platform was the biggest thing.
That's right.
And the games would sort of tuck in within the platform. Today, big games like a Roblox or a Fortnite could actually be bigger than any one platform. And that really has changed the way that we think about things. So in the midst of all that, I think we at First Party can come back to sort of some core principles. First, that all of our games will be on the Xbox platform. Second, all of our games will go into Game Pass on day 1. And third, we know that Game Pass will only be available on Xbox. So there's sort of starting points for us. As Phil mentioned, there are games today that you can play that only can be found on Xbox. And at the same time, we want to bring more of our games to more players. So we're going to continue to look at that. Kind of moving aside, though, from some of those and thinking more about what does it really mean for the player, to me, the 2 key things are cross-play and cross-save. Those things allow us to deliver on the promise of Xbox, which is play with your friends where they are, play on the devices you want, play the games you want. So that is really only possible at a practical level when you know that your saves and your player are going to be able to move across all those parts. So not all of our games today are necessarily built to take advantage of that. There still will be some games that don't. As we bring more teams into the Xbox family, there's some catch up to do as we get there. But that cross-play, cross-save is like so fundamental to what we're doing. And I think is something that we as first party get such a good benefit from being so close to the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things, like you said, all of our games are always in Game Pass. And so I'm excited to announce, with the coming together that we had with Activision Blizzard King, that Activision and Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass, starting with Diablo 4 on March 28th, which I'm super, super excited to share today. And it's all part of
That
our
game even
commitment to
good?
make the Xbox experience and the games that we build is widely available.
I hear a lot of good things about it.
It's coming to Game Pass. I guess I'll check it out.
I think that's huge. I think it'll do some numbers. We'll have to see. We'll have to look. Maybe we can do a video like on one of our other gaming episodes. We talk about the performance of Diablo since Game Pass. Just something little like that, because it's a good game. I hear a lot about it. I haven't played it, but I hear a lot about it.
I'm down. Anything for a video.
As possible. So now the 34 million Game Pass members can all enjoy the fantastic experience of Diablo 4.
Amazing. Can we come back to the point, Phil, you mentioned at the top, this isn't really a change in strategy for us. Can you recap for me how it isn't?
Yeah, and I thought both Matt and Sarah did a really nice job of talking about what we're doing on Xbox, where we're going. If you take a platform feature like Xbox Play Anywhere, which has been a promise that we've made on our first party games, that you can buy our game once, you're going to play across Xbox and Windows. I think we're the only platform that does this. That makes it possible for you not only to play with your friends wherever they are, but to know that you actually have multiple entitlements to the games. I think that's a technology I'd love to see applied to more platforms. But it is this view that people are going to play Xbox in multiple places. Whether it's play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want, whether it's content, community, and cloud, whether it's when everybody plays, we all win. Like, we've had different taglines, different strategy, kind of words that we've used, but always with this view that Xbox is a platform for creators who want to reach the most players. Our investments in xCloud, our investments in franchises like Minecraft and now Call of Duty and other large franchises, so that we learn how to build those.
Okay,
this has been a strategy.
We're going to skip this part. She ain't talking about nothing important that we care about. Talking business. I don't care about business. We want to know it from a fan perspective. How is multiplayer? That's not us. Don't care about that. This is what we care about right here.
Gaming communities, yeah.
Matt, earlier you were talking about these growing gaming communities, how they're incredibly large and comparable on such a different level when we think about console audiences. Like you mentioned Roblox, you mentioned Fortnite. So how are we're obviously thinking about our responsibility, our hardware responsibility is supporting the growth of gaming communities. How has that actually shown up for the players? Are there other games we can speak to from our portfolio?
Well, as Phil mentioned, two of the biggest ones for us, Call of Duty and Minecraft, they are driven just from the bottom up by the communities of people that play those games, which is so great. I think about it, for the player community, it comes down to where are the friends, where are the people you play with, and then equally important is where have you built up your library of games, right? Where have you invested? Where's that library? I think those two things probably are some of the biggest influences on where people choose to play and what devices they choose to play.
Yeah.
When we think about, on the other side, the developer side, just any game developer wants their game to find the biggest audience possible. That's just the nature of building a game. You want people to enjoy and participate in what you've made. And I think we're in a unique position to deliver on that, just because we are the platform. We build hardware, we've got a first party games group, and then we've got a system that ties that together, that brings together your friends, your progression, your achievements, all of that. And I think that's really what has contributed to the momentum behind some of these communities.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at, just step back and you look at the history of the industry, we've moved from a place where it used to be that someone built and launched a game to accelerate hardware, to actually the things we do with our hardware and with our platform are all in service of making.
So I got to pause right here. I know this is absolutely random, but Xbox has a black woman on as the president. I got to clap that up.
A little random, but we've come a long way. Especially black women in the gaming industry. They've definitely come a long way.
Super long way. But so far, this gaming community is kind of bored. She ain't really talking about much of anything. Not just her, him too, but
I mean, I like when they want to implement more games being available immediately on Game Pass. I think that's cool. I would like to see what they do with that. Diablo is what they talked about. Um, I mean, but everything they're kind of saying, of course, it's very informative, but it's things that we already know. It's things that we've already had talks about. Like this is what we would like to see. So it's a good direction, I would say. But
I'm gonna say my full thoughts for the end, but I mean, I kind of agree with you. I mean, kind of heard what we wanted to hear with the exclusivity stuff and the games coming to Game Pass, which only showed one. Which what the hell makes no sense. But I mean, I don't know. I just finish it before I give an answer.
Those games bigger. And we think about that across all of the investments we make, the consoles we build, the investments we do with things like crossplay, cross progression, the things that we're doing with cloud. How do we actually give more options to game creators so they can have the greatest success? I think one of the fun recent examples about this is actually Power World. You know, Power World was able to launch, they were a game preview, they launched in Game Pass, they also simultaneously launched in Steam. And through the combination of those things, you know, Pocket Pair was able to have this outsized success, and it was the largest third-party Game Pass launch ever. And that's all because we give creators options on how they can launch their games. We've got subscription, we've got retail, we've got free to play, we've got game preview, we have the consoles, we have our experience on PC, and they can access all of those things. And when we step back and we just look at the performance of our platform all up, we know it's working. We're at the highest level of users on console, the highest level of users on PC, the highest level of users on cloud ever. We have double-digit growth rate on PC and cloud, places where we're enabling creators to actually reach new players beyond the console ecosystem. And that's why we're leaning into it and doing more, because we see all those signals.
So we're talking about the role that hardware plays for creators, for the games and those communities. What about the role that hardware plays for us as a business, for Xbox?
When we look at our hardware, it really is, and Phil said this earlier, it's where you get like the most flagship seminal experience of Xbox. And it also represents a developer target. Our developers can build the specs of our hardware, and we invest to make sure they know when they do that the games are going to run great on our hardware, but they're also going to be able to be accessed across any screen because of all the other investments we make. So we're giving them an easy way to access as many players as possible. And we actually have more creators right now building for Xbox than ever before by nature, thousands of them by nature of those investments. And we got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday. And we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And what we're really focused on there is delivering the largest technical leap you will have ever seen in a hardware generation, which makes it better for players and better for creators and the visions that they're building.
And
I'm stopping it right there. I gotta stop. I'm sorry. Why are we talking about new generation of hardware when this one ain't no more than what, 3 years old, 4 years old? Like,
well, I think that it's not even just Xbox, but I think a lot of the consoles like PlayStation, they're trying to do more experiencing with updating their hardwares and their softwares shorter periods of time versus how they were doing it originally.
I'm cool with all that, but I don't understand why gaming companies feel, and it's mainly Xbox and PlayStation. Nintendo Switch is one thing I respect, or Nintendo in general, I respect y'all. Y'all just keep the same console for 10 years, as it should be. Let the console age. Like, the Xbox One was 7 years old. The Xbox 360 was a good 10, I think.
10, I think, yeah.
So it lasted 10 years like it's supposed to. This Xbox Series X/S ain't no more than 4 years old. Now we're going to have new models come out for it. It's essentially like the PS Pro, essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
So now we're going to be looking at new consoles, within the next 3 years? Like, come on, bro. Let the console breathe at least 10 years. The console should go 10 years. They haven't made new games. They haven't made any good new games. There ain't no story mode-driven games. All of our games are multiplayer or live server. We need story-based video games. Like, stop giving us trash and then try to make out a new console within the next trying to throw a new console out your ass within the next 5 years. Like, come on, bro. The Xbox Series X is cool. It's better than Xbox One. I give you that. But you haven't delivered on any promises. Like, I'm still waiting on a legit video game that I can sink my teeth in. Now, granted, I don't speak for all of Xbox players. I'm still looking for, and I'm not saying they haven't given me good games. I've gotten I want to say Starfield when I first started, but it was, and I got to go back, obviously. I'll have to look up Xbox. Matter of fact, as this video goes along, I'm looking up Xbox exclusives that I've enjoyed. So let me start running and we can finish.
About hardware too, there's these other considerations that are really important to our community, probably to each one of ourselves as well. When you talk about library, because I want to dig in on that a little bit more. You know, as we talk about cloud in the wider entertainment industry, there's conversations about streaming. How is that impacting how I own my content that I've invested in? So what can we say about our stance around game preservation?
Yeah, you know, one of the highlights for me of being in this position was getting to stand on stage when we announced back compat coming to Xbox One. Like, it was fantastic. People were reading the teleprompter before I could read it. I'm a slow reader, and just feeling the energy in the auditorium as we were saying that and online. You know, one of the cues I think us as being part of Microsoft take is looking at Windows and how Windows over decades has maintained software compatibility with things that are built on it. Like, I can still go back and play some of the games that I love playing on Windows from decades ago, and it will still run. And we try to bring that same view to consoles. It's harder in console because the line between what the hardware is and what the game is in consoles is traditionally it's tighter, which makes compatibility, you end up doing these generational compatibilities that we've built. But I will say compatibility, the ability to not only play the games, but my saves are still there with our cloud save systems to try to keep the services up as long as we can so that people can play, is a tenet of what we are as Xbox. It's at our foundation. And when we look at future hardware generations and what we're going to support, making sure that we respect, which is the word I use, respect the investments that people have made in Xbox going forward,
So
is fundamental. And the fact that
I'm not gonna let that slide. What this nigga say? Respect, nigga. Respect the console and let it last more than 10 years. But I digress.
you get entitlements when you buy a game from us on both Windows and Xbox also means you have the ability to play that game across a multitude of devices, which I think furthers the compatibility of the games that you own.
Can we go back to what Xbox stands for today? I think we've pretty much covered all of the elements, but if you could break it down for me.
You know, when you
Whoa,
play
buddy.
on Xbox, what we're saying is you're playing on a platform where you know the biggest games in the world are always going to be. You're playing on a platform where you get to access Game Pass. And all of the games from our incredible range of studios will always launch in Game Pass day one.
I don't know about
And you're
that
playing
one.
on a platform that's dedicated to you, like player-first features, cross-play, cross-save, cross-progression, backwards compatibility, being able to play your games in your library anywhere you want because of the investments that we make in cloud gaming. And so you're playing somewhere where you're investing and you know you get to take the games forward with you and across all of the screens where you are. And I think most importantly, Xbox is a place where you know when you're investing in Xbox, you're investing somewhere that is dedicated to making games more successful and creators more successful so that they can invest more to bring even better experiences to you all of the time.
Yeah, just that investment in the studios is so, and we feel that as part of first party with the platform proximity. You know, it's kind of amazing now to look out across all the studios that we've got and just be reminded that we're now one of the biggest development organizations in the industry. What does that mean for players? It means that the biggest games are going to continue to come to Xbox. And this 2024, the year coming up, we've got more than 10 major releases coming up. Great stuff. Hellblade 2. We've got Diablo expansion. We've got Avowed, Ara, the Indiana Jones game. And there's more in development, which I think we're going to be able to share more about at our June showcase coming up pretty soon.
Well, I guess I should get ready to work on that show. Well, thank you all for showing up on the podcast today, and we'll see the rest of you this June.
Thanks, Tina.
Thank you.
So we can pause that back on out of layer, you know, because we got some discussing to do.
June showcase. Okay.
So I'm just gonna get it out the way. All I heard was a lot of lies, a lot of stalling, a lot of we don't have anything for y'all right now, so just quit crying. A lot of we're trying, but I'm sick of hearing trying. I've been hearing trying for 12 years. Matter of fact, more than 12 years, because the Xbox One came out in 2013. So what is that? 11 years. I've been
Oh.
hearing the same try BS for the past 11 years. Stop making excuses, yo. Like, come on. Where's the video games? I don't care about cloud, even though I think that's a really cool thing. You can play your game on Xbox, your phone.
Nah, I was gonna say
TV.
cloud is a good thing they did, bro. That's a good thing.
It's dope, but where's the video games? Xbox is slowly turning into a technology company. They're moving further away from video games, which made them successful, to a technology company. I don't want you to be Microsoft. Be Xbox. Just because Microsoft backing y'all up with the fat checks they be giving y'all, don't become them. Stay Xbox, because PlayStation's kicking y'all ass when it comes to games. Nintendo Switch is kicking y'all ass when it comes to video games. Like I don't care about all. I mean, don't get into it. I love hardware. I love hardware when it comes to stuff I care about. So gaming, I love all the hardware, but we don't need a new Xbox right now, bro. We don't need to be working on the new Xbox. You need to be getting your ass in them studios, working on some new games for us to play. And while they were talking, I took a screenshot of a couple Xbox exclusive games that I actually really like. So before I finish ranting, I'm gonna at least the ones I've enjoyed, which is the Xbox One and Series X. So
Okay.
Party Animals is one of them. That's a funny ass little goofy game. It's dope.
Yeah.
Quantum Break, I played that back on the Xbox One. I really enjoyed that game to the absolute max.
I didn't get a chance to play that game.
Grounded, obviously, I haven't played it in such a long time, but it was still fun when I get to play with y'all. It's a fun game.
Grounded's a good game. Yeah, good game.
Everybody know Forza, Xbox legendary game, so Forza Horizon 5. Or just Forza in general, not just
that's
Horizon.
yeah, but I mean Horizon 5 as well. But that's a phenomenal series. So, and
I got 3 more. One of them is Ora and the Will of Wisp. I can't ever pronounce that right, but that's a really fun Xbox exclusive. I'll show you the screenshot in a minute.
Yeah, I ain't never played that. I don't even think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it was on Xbox on day one, so it was fun. It's really fun. Then you got Microsoft Simulator. You know, I love games like that, simulator games. And another simulator is City Skylines, which we're still waiting on.
Oh, you meant Flight Simulator. I think you said Microsoft Simulator.
Yes, Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's what it's called.
No, I thought you said Microsoft Simulator instead of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
No, it's Flight Simulator.
But yeah, Flight Simulator, great game, beautiful game.
And City Skylines, still waiting. And many, it's more Xbox games I enjoy. I just couldn't want to sit and search for all of them. But it's a bunch of Xbox games I enjoy. I love Xbox. I just want them to give us more story-based games like PlayStation. I don't want everything to be so live servers and online. If you want to put it on Game Pass, I'm cool with that. You want to keep promoting Game Pass, keep doing it. If it's big, if it's making you guys like a buku worth of money, keep doing it. I'm not mad. I love Game Pass. It keeps me from paying $70 for a game I might not even enjoy. And knowing, the gaming policy nowadays, you play it more than 2 hours, you can't get a refund. If you keep it for longer than 14 days, you can't get a refund. I tried to get a refund on the Harry Potter game because I tried it. I'm just not really big Harry Potter, but I couldn't even get a refund because I forgot it was on my Xbox for so dang long. So they didn't give me a refund, which is fine. I'm still gonna play it now because it's stuck forever. So.
I mean, it's not for everybody, but it's a lovely game for people that love Harry Potter. I think it's a good game performance-wise as well for people that are not too familiar with it. But, I mean, it's a good game. I'm not mad at that. It's not for everybody.
But, I mean, the whole time they was talking hardware, exclusivity for games that you refuse to mention, but you already told them out. Sea of Thieves, I was actually really shocked about that one, but the money aspect.
Yeah.
What else did they talk about? How to apply the future titles. I don't care about none of that. The first-party games... Did they even mention any first party games? I don't
know. I don't know actually. Yeah, I don't know.
We might skip that part, but then they talked about the Activision. I like and it's cool. Activision, Call of Duty. Everybody knows Call of Duty. You got what was a mobile Activision is really known for mobile games, so that's a big acquisition for them. I don't play mobile games, so I don't really care about that aspect of it. But they talk. I feel like they kind of gave a runaround of we're trying to figure it out. In other words, that's a lot of what I heard. We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, to put it in its simplest forms, I think cloud was a huge initiative that they pushed, which is really good. Remote play, all of those things, back compatibility, like those things are great. Yeah. I do think that they're maybe rushing into it as far as trying to do new consoles and stuff, but I also think they're trying to compete in other ways that they're not able to compete. And I think the parts they're not competing is games. They release a whole bunch of them, but the attention span on these games are not great. You know, we have PlayStation exclusives, we have all those other consoles and devices that are doing really well in that, and I think that they're trying to compete in next gen compatibility, but in different ways by getting new consoles. Will it be a flop? I don't know, but it did seem more like we got this, we got this. We know you have all that. Talk about what you don't have, and that's what I say. I agree with you with. Like, we understand all those things, and all those things are good too. But nah, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. I enjoyed the podcast, but it was a lot of running around.
My biggest takeaway from this entire thing is we play video games for a reason. We play video games for a hobby. We play video games because we love them. We play video games because it's fun. One of the biggest reasons I play video games is just to get away from the real world sometimes. That's just one reason I love to play them, because it gets me away from all the crazy reality world that we live in, all the violence and all the unnecessary stuff to go along. So I use video games as an escape for a lot of things. People might look down on that, because I've seen people look down on people play video games. Quite frankly, don't care. I don't really care if people perceive me, but video games are just meant, it's supposed to be fun. And when you think of Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch and every gaming console that's come before, the game is always supposed to be first, not your business aspect. Like, as a fan of your company, I don't care what you do business wise. I don't care about your gross numbers, your net worth, how much money you brought in last year, how much money this game brought in. I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun, bro.
Yeah,
And I think
it does come down to, do I like the game? Is this game going to have replay value where I'm going to be playing these games months and months and months and in? And that's what it comes down to for consumers. Yes, the business standpoint makes sense, but the business standpoint is mainly more for internally the company.
Yep.
Externally, we're not really looking at those numbers. Yeah, it might be all shiny and dandy. Yeah, it might be good, but do we like the game? And I think that's something that the Xbox has struggled with a lot. There's been plenty of things that we've gotten to like and enjoy, but most of the time we've enjoyed it because we're enjoying it with each other. You know what I mean? It's not like necessarily like, oh, I'm going to turn the Xbox and play this by myself. And Starfield was one of the things that like opened my eyes to that. Like, we waited for so long for this game. I mean, and you guys can go check out that episode. I don't know what episode that is, but it's a very early one. So I think like 4 or 5, one of those. But we pretty much spoke that Starfield was in development for almost a decade, like decade plus. And it just really
It
let us
flopped.
down. It really let us down. And Xbox has continued to do that with their high power games that they always want to put out and advertise. A lot of the other smaller games that people love and enjoy, they don't advertise as much. And I don't know. They need to get back on the game wave, and that's why I think they're trying to compete with the next gen and doing new consoles maybe every 5 years, whatever the case is, versus actually doing good games. We want good games. We're the consumers. The business thing is cool. Yeah, like, oh yeah, you have millions on this. Yeah, that's cool. We want good games. We want performance. That's what we want.
The business aspect is cool if you're one of those people that's like legit all in on Xbox or all in on PlayStation, and you want to go flex to your home. Oh, we did this in numbers and so and so. If you like a try hard type of fan, then you might care about stuff like that. But I'm a diehard fan. I don't care about the numbers. I just want good games like that. That's literally all we want, bro. From Xbox standpoint, stop trying to become
Yeah, I
Microsoft.
agree.
Stop. Like, don't be Microsoft. Be
Which
Xbox.
is very like, it's funny that you're saying it, not saying it like it's a bad thing that you're saying, but it's like at this point they can't not be Microsoft. Like, it's too far in. Like, they cannot be Microsoft.
We
And I
done.
don't ever see it being different either. I think that's going to be forever. It might, unless something drastically changes, which of course anything can happen. The market, companies buying out other companies, yada yada yada. These things do exist. I don't ever see Xbox and Microsoft unless it's financially something going on, separating. It's a part, they're one amongst each other now. So I think they just need to figure out what they can do. And that's why it's very interesting that they started initiating other games into other platforms, because those games did really well compared to a lot of PlayStation exclusives that are, most of theirs exclusives are always doing really well. So it was very interesting financially. Like you said, Sea of Thieves, like Grounded. I think High Rush and Permanent was the other two that I actually don't really know too much about, or
Mm.
why they put those out there. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we don't have any control over what they do. We just have to be as consumers, enjoy the game and play it, and just, I guess, try to have fun with what they give us. Hopefully, we get more story-based games, though. I've really kind of been feeling story-based games lately. I just want to play more of them, but I've rented enough for the day. we appreciate you guys for watching episode 26. Once again, we're only 4 away from 30. We keep moving strong. Don't you guys forget? You guys don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe as always. Because
Mhm.
best. Follow all the social medias here.
This is our personals right here. Our Instagram is Know It All Podcast YT. So KNOWITALL Podcast YT. TikTok is I think the same. And yeah, you know.
We'll see y'all in episode 27. Sorry for the lack of like clips on Fridays. It's kind of been I'm getting married, in other words, so I'm a little busy trying to edit all this stuff, but I promise you I'm gonna get back on it. Matter of fact, y'all won't see this, but it's gonna be dropped the Saturday before this video, so just stay tuned for more clips and always and shorts. But we'll see y'all in episode 27.
Peace.